Hey guys, how are y'all all doing today? Well, I think today I'm just gonna tell y'all a little story about me from my past. Some of you may know I now have a brain tumor. That brain tumor is called glioblastoma. I'll explain what that means in a second, but I'm just gonna tell you what I've experienced first before I was officially diagnosed. I was, happy for many years when I was a child, but then when I got on my own, tried to find my life, and I think I have now. But, you know, everything was going good for me. I had a girlfriend, I eventually ended up proposing to her. I was engaged to her, but things took a really big turnaround though. So when I was diagnosed, because in other words, we had a big disagreement regarding my health. My family and her family, as far as my health went, we did not agree on what was best for me and ended up having to just completely call it off. But it is what it is. But before I met her, I actually started walking pretty funny as if I were like, a drunk person. But I completely ignored that though. And at that time, I had no insurance or health insurance at the matter, and that's really a big deal, especially now. But I guess, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, especially when you grow up in a small community like I have. When you have people that love you and I would say support you, especially in a small town, people come together and they have. They most certainly did. You see, and before I was diagnosed, I began suffering with headaches every single night. And a little on my personal note, I sleep on my left side mostly. But every time I would turn on my left side, my head would hurt, like majorly. Like I wouldn't want to sleep on this side anymore, even though it was my big comfort zone, my big comfort level. But it is like I said, it is what it is. But every night I dealt with that, every single night. Then finally, on the morning of July 5th, 2021, I decided that I couldn't take it anymore because I was still in pain all morning. I ended up calling my fiance and to take me to the emergency room to get to the bottom of this, because I wanted to know what was wrong with me. And I was in pain. I couldn't take it anymore. So I had to go and get checked out. I got scanned, and sure enough, they found something. They had to call an ambulance. And so I could be transported to Houston. And I had the surgery, the diagnosis, all done at St. Luke's at Bigler Memorial Hospital in Houston. It was a good crew of doctors. Obviously, look at me now. Almost 3 years later. I'm still going strong. I have a few good days and bad days. I think most of the time, bad days are just kind of, foggy a bit. Like, I'm kind of dizzy. Like, sometimes my eyes I don't want to look at any brightness. Sometimes it hurts. But I stay strong. I stay confident. I keep my faith in God because that's all I have. Even when they told me that I had glioblastoma, I kept my smile. I've never got the disappointed look, even though I am deep inside. I'm disappointed, and hurt. But it's it was a big issue, especially when it came to the disagreements between my family and my fiance's family. Well, ex-fiance, I guess you would say. I don't really like that term, though. To be honest, I don't like the term ex. It just seems like a very hateful thing to the other person, And I just don't want to be hateful to anybody. But like I said, it is what it is. But after all that time, even after my diagnosis, I was getting support and love from my community of my hometown. Here in Housesville, everybody got together. They pitched in, they purchased meal tickets. I had a benefit meal, which is what those meal tickets were. It was a huge benefit meal, and everybody in the county, even the surrounding counties, surrounding towns, they purchased plates. They did everything they could. They were able to put a big fund into my cause, And because of what happened, and because of my strong faith, and because of the love that everybody has for me and the support that was given, we were able to get a new van to help transport me to my appointments, have a better car, because honestly, the cars that we had, they were great and all, but at the time I was being diagnosed, they were kind of losing their touch, especially when it comes to traveling from here to Houston. The 2005 van would not make it at all now. Not with the problems it has, at least. The 2018 car that we received, it definitely helps a lot. It still does today. But, yes, grade 4 glioblastoma. It was a real tough issue. It's located in different areas of the brain. You could say that. I think that's how it works. But the location of my tumor was here in the cerebellum, around the left side. My left side, if you can tell. And it has caused a good difficulty for me. It kind of affects my balance. I'm able to walk. By the grace of God, I'm able to walk. Sure, I have to use a cane, but heck, it could be worse, actually. I'm supposed to not really walk at all, from what they told me. I shouldn't be even using a walker. I should be wheelchair bound, or even just completely bedridden, and a little TMI here, but, I should be kind of incontinent too. I did have to wear incontinent supplies for a while after I was diagnosed, because I did have a bit of an issue, a bit of a troubling time. But now I have better control now of everything. I have control of both bladder and bowels, but it's okay. Everything's good now. I'm recovering. I'm staying strong. I'm keeping my faith. I'm always putting God first. I put my Bible reading always first, and the first thing in the excuse me, yeah. But yeah, first thing in the morning, I always put my faith in God. I read my Bible and my Bible devotion. Right now I'm in the process of studying and reading the book of John. We do a men's Bible study every Monday night. And that's what I'm doing for my devotion every day of the week. I study the book of John, and I'm also just reading the Bible stories. Right now I'm just reading the Bible from front to back. Right now I'm in the process of reading the book of Numbers. And I'm also reading the book of Luke right now. Because I read some chapters in the Old Testament in one chapter in the New Testament every day. That's kind of my process of how I'm reading the Bible throughout the year. But other than that, staying strong, keep my faith in the Lord. I live life every day as if I don't have glioblastoma, but I know I do. And it's tough to remember that. But I always stay positive. I keep a smile, just like I always did, even when they told me I have it, I had glioblastoma. But they were always wondering why I never had a look of disappointment. I am disappointed. But really, I don't care much, I have Jesus. I have Jesus, and that's what matters. I have eternity. I have an eternal home, and I know it's there. And when the time comes, it's there for me. It's waiting for me. And, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of death, honestly. It's sad, but true, We all must face it one day. But I'm okay with that, That's my thing, Yeah, it does kind of scare, the thought kind of does scare me, but if I were to go, it would be either in my sleep or in the middle of surgery. That's just my thoughts, But like I said, it's no big deal to me, I'm happy either way. But glioblastoma, it's more than an illness to me. It's a testimony. A story for me to tell to many others. A story to tell to y'all. And a story even to tell to children. I've already written a book. Well, I'm in the process of writing a novel. I have written a children's version of my novel right now. Well, the children's version is basically my cancer diagnosis, but really in a second person point of view. I kind of avoided first person at all times, because that's kind of what you do in a children's book. But all in all, I've written a children's book, and I'll soon get it published, developed, and it will soon be published and given out to kids and parents, families. It'll be in stores around the world very soon. Most likely sometime this year. I don't know when this year, but it will be very soon. Probably in the next 5-6 months. I'm not sure. I don't know how long publishing takes, to be honest, but it's ready. I think people are willing to really help me out. This is a really good process and a good testimony for me. I hope you all continue to pray for me, support me, and do whatever it takes to always stay in touch, because I'll do everything I can to help you all out. with whatever y'all are going through, whether it's cancer like me or if it's something else. Just come out to me. Reach out to me and I'll answer questions. Whatever it may be. Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much.